So we ninjutsu Toxtrowin. Ornithopter. And we kind of get like a draw ability off of... Oh, Massive Dispute. Let's go. We kind of get a draw ability off of Satoru when we ninjutsu, so that's really good too. Hey guys, what's up? It's MTGGnome here, and today we'll be checking out Satoru Umezawa. He is a 1 blue-black human ninja, 2/4. Whenever you activate a ninjutsu ability, look at the top 3 cards of your library, put one of them into your hand, and the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. This triggers only once each turn. His second ability is each creature card in your hand has ninjutsu 2 blue-black. So basically, any creature in Magic can ninjutsu with Satoru out. And we look to abuse that with cards like Ulamog, Jin Gitaxias, Core Augur, Phyllis, Broker of Blood, Tox Ruler Corrosive, Jin Gitaxias, Progress Tyrant, Noxious Gearhawk, Burning Rune Demon, Asmodeus, Junji the Midnight Sky, and Zerasan the Trickster. Those cards I just mentioned are going to be the cards that we are going to want to ninjutsu out for 4 mana. We want to get those cards out as fast as possible. How we're going to do that is we're going to play a lot of creatures that cost little and that have flying. Most of them have flying, I think, or they can't be blocked. You have Ornithopter here, Mistcloak Herald can't be blocked, Silver Raven's a flyer, 1 mana, Siren Storm Tamer is a flyer for 1 mana, and it acts as a counter spell, kinda. Slither Blade can't be blocked. Spectral Cellar's flash flying, 1 mana. Changeling Outcast, 1 mana, can't block or can't be blocked. Hope of Gearpour, 1 mana, 1/1 flyer. Stonecoil Serpent, protection from multicolored with trample. Debating on if I keep this one in here, but we'll see. Couple other ones, Soaring Thought Thief. Hypnotic Sprites in here. I figured we can maybe use the counter spell. We could probably use that and then put it into play as a flyer to maybe get an unblockable flyer through if we need to. I'm really debating on taking this out too, just because it kind of didn't perform like I thought it would. Jacob Halkin pretty much is in here. If you do have one of these big guys in your hand with Jacob Halkin, you can just exile it under him and hopefully transform him. There's been times when we did transform Jacob and it just kind of worked with the game plan a little bit too, especially when Satoru just keeps getting removed. Brawl's in here just to kind of act as a target and kind of help us play our counter spells and our draw spells for cheap. Brazen Borrow is in here. We can return non-land permanent and we can flash it in with flying. Pretty much used as another way to get our ninjutsu ability through. Kira to help protect our board state, and Satoru because whenever a creature becomes targeted, that ability is countered. Now this does count for your things too, so you have to keep that in mind. So remember that when you're trying to play stuff like Curator's Ward, or you're trying to play stuff like you see a Guard Approach to give your thing hexproof, or Malika Rebirth to help Satoru come back on the battlefield if he gets removed. Just remember that when you're playing Kira, that does get countered for you as well. It's not just your opponents. We're playing Kaito Shizuki just because I said why not. It's a new card and with the colors, kind of goes with the theme of the deck. Maybe we'll get to alt it, but most likely not. Since we are attacking, we're not keeping up blockers to really protect Kaito. So Thief of Sanity just figures it gets the combat damage through. If we don't need to ninjutsu, we can probably get something off of their library if we need to. And then the rest of the deck is pretty much filled with counter spells, draw spells, and ramp. I did add Crashing Drawbridge in here to give things haste. If we do have a lot of mana, we can give one of our 1 mana things haste and actually ninjutsu that same turn if we have enough mana for it. So I thought it was a pretty good include. And then we have a couple of spells that help us protect Satoru. Like I said earlier, you see a Guard Approach and Malika Rebirth, as well as Lazatet Plating, Dive Down. You might want to consider running Pact Negation as well. Pact Negation just saves our butts so many times. And then the rest of the deck is full of draw spells and counter spells. And so if that's your jam, check out the deck. We're playing Castle Ventress, 12 Islands, Odawara, Castle Lockdwayne, Swamp, and then Takenuma. And then we are playing the good dual lands of Demir, Fable Pastures, Command Tower, Lotus Field. Might consider taking Lotus Field out just because our Lotus Field can mess up your mana base sometimes. Just remember that. So with that, we're going to get into some games, show you what I'm talking about. Enjoy. So I have not seen a reality chip deck yet, so this is new to me. We're going to risk keeping this again. Do you have the Arcane Signet to give us a blue at least? But that all depends on whether it gets countered or not. Cold Still Hard, okay. We're gonna flash in our Spectral Sailor. And And then we're gonna play Arkira, Great Glass Spinner. Just to make sure things don't get bounced. So is it just artifacts? As long as a reality chip is attached to a creature, you may play lands and cast spells from the top of your library. Seems pretty good. Let's cast Satoru. And then we'll swing in. And then we can Noxious Gearhawk. We can ninjutsu it. Probably our Spectral Sailor. I don't know if this is... I really don't know if the reality chip is a good commander. I mean, it's future sight on a commander. Like, could be better. Could be worse, I guess. So we can ninjutsu. Noxious Gearhawk to our hand. I mean, Satoru to our hand. Noxious Gearhawk comes on the field, destroys the Glint Nest Crane. Probably has like a River's Rebuke or something that he can probably go get. So this is a Storm deck. Paradox Engine. But now we don't really have anything to ninjutsu that's really decent. Oh yeah, we do now. Can he counter this? No, he cannot. We're just gonna swing again. Try to keep him off that 50 life. We can ninjutsu Villas. Now he's gonna play something else, probably like Into the Royal. Okay, he just makes our commander a 1/1 with no abilities. Yeah, I figured. Curator's Ward would get countered here too by Kira, so we can't even do that. We just swing. Yeah, I mean, Paradox Engine's gotta be in the deck if he's playing Artifacts Reservoir in a mono blue. I mean, that makes the most sense to me. Let's wait until end of turn to draw a card, to end of his turn. Just because if we did draw a card now, we wouldn't be able to pay the cleave cost on this wash away. Whirler Road, do we want to let that resolve? He creates 2 1/1s. Yeah, I guess that's fine. I guess that's not really what we're worried about. Because he has to pay the reconfigure cost, so... We're gonna draw. Alright. Not too bad. We just need one more land to actually cast Villas. So we'll play the Confounding Conundrum to draw a card. And then I guess we'll play the Mind Stone. He's not going to want to take out Satoru, so we can at least get the 1 damage in. We'll let that resolve. We're just going to keep up the mana for the cleave cost for Wash Away, just in case something nasty comes out, like a Paradox Engine. Because this seems like a Paradox Engine deck. And he's drawing cards, so... Hope of Gearpore. He's gonna play Midnight Clock. And you can play the cards from the top of your deck, which is, I guess, good. I guess that's why you play like Wand of Vertebrae and shit like that. Oh, Metalwork Colossus is pretty bad. Yeah, we can let that resolve. We've got the Villas, and Metalwork Colossus doesn't have trample. We got the Villas so we can kill it. Considering now, 5 mana. And if we play Villas, we're just gonna be wide open to a counter spell. It kind of sucks now because we need his life total to get down, but I mean he doesn't. As long as Satoru's there, I don't think he wants to swing the Metalwork Colossus, right? That's gonna turn the Knight because I didn't play anything. So now he's playing the game he wants to play now. He's playing the control game. Magic Mirror. Let's counter that. Because that's really going to be an issue, especially the way he's playing. He's just going to keep getting cards in hand every turn, and it's not going to be good. We did lose our counter spell, so that's pretty bad. Ornithopter gains life. Yeah, this is bad. We need to start doing something. We need to get something. Odawara could be good. So he draws another card for it turning into day in Celestis. Merfolk or Arbor. It's not what I want. Let's just do it. We've got to draw. We've got to draw a card anyway. We'll play the Ornithopter just to give us a blocker. I don't know where we're gonna need a blocker, but now he has free reign. Now he has free reign to do what he wants, and he can look at the top card of his library. So he's just looking at the top card every time. This might be a better deck than I thought. He has enough mana to like make Kira go away, and we don't have any counter spells now with negate or anything. Oh, Forsaken Monument. Here's all his. Yeah, so he definitely wants to just Aetherflux Reservoir us. So that's what's gonna happen. No, I want you to swing. So I can block with my commander. And I can get it back. What you scared of? I mean, the big thing's already on the board, right? There's no point. There's no point in being scared of that. There is the Field of Ruin. I think at this point, we just need to draw the River's Rebuke. That's gonna be the thing. Right? There it is. 7 mana. We can cast it for 5. We can actually kill the Whirler Rogue and play the River's Rebuke. Oh, but I might want to leave mana open to. Might want to leave mana open to counter something. Counter to like Aetherflux Reservoir or something. Yeah, then that means I just wasted 2 mana. Well, I drew 2 cards. River's Rebuke, Sun. Unless he has Pact. If he has Pact, then it's a really good thing that we kept up mana. All that sent back to his hand. We swing with everything and make him have to do something. We have Platinum Angel. We cannot do anything about that. We can bounce it with Odawara, which is I think what we're gonna do. Let's do it at end step. Because we can channel our Odawara at any time. These lands are so great. Alright. We'll send that back to his hand. And we went GG. Wow. Drew the River's Rebuke like we needed to and won the game from there. That's all we needed to do was just River's Rebuke and we won. Hell yeah. Alright, we're up against Kyodai, which I've seen shrine decks around Kyodai, which Kyodai itself isn't really scary. It's just the fact that he makes something indestructible as long as they control him. That's the scary part about it. Let's keep this because even though we don't have black, we do have the Omen of the Sea and the Tome of Legends, which is going to draw us cards and have us scry with the Omen. So let's keep this and hope we can draw a black source. We can play the Stonecore Serpent for 1. And we played an Ornithopter. We might not get to play Satoru if we don't draw a black source, which could be bad, but that's why we're going to play the Omen. Didn't really need the pack. Let's just swing with the Serpent. Well, Omen at their instep just to see what they're going to play if we need to keep something once we start scrying. That is really bad for us. So we know they're playing enchantments, which is probably going to be shrines. We really need this land right here, but really don't want to keep it. Let's keep it and hope the other card is a black card. It is a Mind Stone. Let's play the Mind Stone, play the Tomb of Legends, get a counter on it, and attack. If anything, we can draw a card from the Tomb of Legends. Get a black source if we really need to. Oh, that's kind of that kind of sucks for us because now he can pay 1 to make a spirit creature token. Okay, that's a little bit better. We're gonna play the Lotus Field so we can get our black sources, even though we do have to wait another turn. I'm thinking we just save the Curator's Ward for Satoru. Next turn, if we do draw a land, we could just crack the Omen here because we won't have this mana. Just so next turn we can play Satoru and then play the Curator's Ward on him. That way he has hexproof. So let's do that. I like that idea. Let's put these on the bottom. I think we're gonna need Toxtrol. Toxtrol's gonna be the best bet here, honestly. In my opinion, what he's probably going to do here, make these 1/1 tokens, and then when we play Toxtrol, they all get -1/-1. It's going to be a good time. Oh, I don't know. Do we want to let that resolve? We just lose a turn, right? Let's not let that resolve. Pact of Negation is so good. Yes, we do lose a turn, but we don't have to worry about Sanctum of All. Him going to get a shrine every turn, that's like GG's for us. We can't have that. He's gonna have to work to get his shrines out. Because he puts the shrine on the battlefield, and then he draws a card. Yeah, he puts it on the battlefield, so he doesn't have to pay the mana cost or nothing. So you're gonna have to work for your shrines, bud. So we have 1, 4, 5, 6 mana. And we can almost hardcast Toxtrol at this point. So he's going to end step. So I wonder what he's got up his sleeve, honestly. Can we play Satoru here? Depends if he counters this. That's what it really depends on. Because if he counters this, then Satoru goes up to 5. So how's our mana gonna do here? What's our mana gonna be like here? We can float black because we don't have a lot of black. Oh, but we can't ninjutsu because the floating mana is going to go away. So we'll just do this. Like, if he wanted to counter something, he would have countered the commander, right? Not this. So we'll just play Takenuma on board and pass. Let's hope he doesn't have a board wipe. Which he should if he's playing shrines. Unless he's playing the creature shrines, which then he shouldn't be, but the creature shrines are really good. I think they really add more needed depth to the shrine decks. Oh no, he can't challenge it because it's not in his hand, right? So he has to play it. Oh, that sucks. So we can Tomb of Legends here. Is he gonna pay the 1? If he's not, if he does, then he's got something up his sleeve. If he does, we're going to draw a card. That's pretty good. So we can hardcast Toxtrol, but we're not going to. Because why play Satoru Umezawa if you're not going to... Oh, you know what? We could attack with him to get the counter on Tomb of Legends since he doesn't have enough power here. So let's do that. And we're going to ninjutsu the Ornithopter. I mean, he can just jump block, but I wanted to get the counter on the Tomb of Legends. So, we ninjutsu Toxtrowin. Ornithopter. And we kind of get like a draw ability off of... Oh, Massacre Dispute. Let's go. We kind of get a draw ability off of Satoru when we ninjutsu, so that's really good too. Just in case he has a counter or something, we can Mystical Dispute it. I should have actually just replayed the Ornithopter. If he board wipes here, it kind of sucks, but... In Bolus's Clutches, huh? It's like you can't pay the mana for this, big boy. Should have played your land. That's tough. It's an enchantment. Yeah, that is an enchantment. And we still have enough for Lazotep plating. They tried to do some stupid shenanigans again like that. Don't you ever try that. Ever. Moonblast Cleric. Okay. That has to resolve because that is nothing we can do about that. So his things are going to die at the end of my turn. And that is GG, so he didn't like that. Alright, we're up against Jin Gitaxias, the new one. Pretty scary, not gonna lie. Considering our deck does run a lot of instants and sorceries. We don't have anything in hand, so let's keep it. We don't have any big creatures in hand, so that's why I wanted to mulligan, but I decided to just keep it because we do have the opt, so we can scry for that. So he does leave 2 mana open. Let's play the Crashing Drawbridge. We're gonna have to counter Jin, right? We're gonna have to counter him. There's no way we're letting that resolve. So we're just gonna swing. We're not gonna play Satoru because he's probably just gonna get countered. And there's no reason to play Satoru here because there's nothing we can really do. We will let that go for right now. We're gonna opt on his end step just in case he plays something dumb here, like a Lithoform Engine. This guy's name sounds familiar. Jackdaw. I feel like I've played him before. No land, huh? All right. Let's opt. We do need land, so we're gonna keep that on top, and we're gonna draw a card for our turn. You know what? Let's keep that. I think we play that next turn. Let's attempt to play it. Let's see what happens. He's probably not going to want to allow that since... yeah, that's what I figured. We get the counter spell out of his hand. Does leave him something to do next turn, so... Sucks that we don't have to disallow it. But he's not going to do anything anyway, so it doesn't matter. So we'll play the command tower. We can like play Jacob here. Let's see if he counters it. So we're gonna... I mean, it's pretty good that he did counter the reconnaissance mission. Just because if I got that, then I would be drawing cards. Okay, that's fine. We could Crashing Drawbridge here, give him haste, and then give Jacob so we can draw a card. Exiling a card, we could just exile the... I really want to keep the Seagate Restoration. I just wanted to draw the card, honestly. Let's keep let's get rid of Lazarus Pliny. That gets thrown back to our hand. And that's alright. We're not tripping. We are not tripping. He's going to play that game all day until he can get Jin Gitaxias out. So there's Kismea's Transformation. Alright. We won't draw a card if we do that. We don't have the mana for that now. But... see, I might just keep that because I kind of want to... Yeah, let's just keep it. There's the Arcane Signet. Get more mana. We can play Jacob. Whatever he plays... Okay, that's fine. So whatever he plays... I kind of figured he'd get countered, honestly. Whatever he plays, we can just... Into the Royal It. Oh, I didn't play this as a... I don't even know if I should have played that as a land. It's probably going to get countered anyway. So we can... Yeah, let's just do that. I was going to say maybe we can keep up the mana, but let's just get this Lotus Field online. And then can we attempt to cast our commander? We can get those counter spells out of his hand. Since that floating mana was just going to go away anyway. That's fine. So we put that back in the command zone. And we're just going to counter Jin Gitaxias once he tries to put that on the field. Castle Vantress. Secret Restoration might get countered, and I don't want to play it now because if we try to play Secret Restoration, we'll get countered, and we won't have any mana to do anything. So let's just keep attacking. We could like throw our commander up as like bait. Yeah, let's do that. So he does get the draw card there, which kind of sucks. We're trying to bait him to counter something. A lot of people don't want this to come online. He might be scared thinking I might have a counter for Jin. That's why he's not playing him now. Well, I mean, which is smart. And we just disallow it. I've been keeping that in my hand the whole game, boy. Now, we see a restoration. I want you to look at that. It all works out. We'll end the turn there. I mean, he's down to 13 life. Like, I don't know what you've been doing all game. You've been playing counters all game. You gotta do something else, my dude. We'll take both of those, actually. I'll draw that one and then draw a Brainstorm for turn. We'll play that. We'll play the Brainstorm. Put that back. Put that back. Yep. Draw the land for next turn. Can we get Kira? Should have played the Lotus Field for that one. Just tap her for 3 blue. Gotta be running out of counters, dog. Gotta be. He's gonna exile that. That's fine. What we can still do is play this and then keep mana open for Into the Royal. It is going to shuffle our deck from this island going back on top, but... Counter spells the Solemn? Wow. Okay. That's fine. My dude, what is your deck doing? I'm really tempted to play this Into the Royal. Gonna draw one. Stonecoil Serpent. We'll just pass. He's probably gonna fold. If he doesn't start doing something, he's probably just gonna fold here. I kind of want this draw spell, and I kind of want Kira. Alright. You win. You win the counter war, my friend. What we really need to do is find a counter spell. It's going to be the main game here. GG's. Could not get Jin Gitaxias online. He's too impatient. Too impatient. I mean, you probably still could have had a chance, honestly. But I would have just scried this to the bottom. I mean, I would have scried 2, and we still had the scry ability of Castle Vantress as well. So if he was planning on copying that with Jin, you had a long way to go for that. Alright guys, that's the deck. That was pretty nuts. Being able to cast Toxtrol for 4 mana, that's absolutely insane. Villas too. Being able, I mean, we hard casted Villas there, but just think if you can ninjutsu Villas for 4 mana, it's like cheating, man. We could maybe run some more targeted removal, take out some of the counter spells, especially if you don't have the wild cards for the good counters. But you can also probably put in a couple more big creatures that you like to play. These are just the creatures that I thought that were pretty good. There's tons more you can probably put in here, like Massacre Worm and Massacre Girl, even the the Hullbreaker Horde. You could put that in there as well. The deck did pretty decent. I thought it did better than what I expected it to do. Dimir is kind of hard to put a creature down and keep it down because you really don't want to play your commander if you don't have a creature, like a big creature in hand. So a lot of the times what we're doing is we're having counter wars, trying to draw cards, just digging through our deck, trying to get what we need. And so that's where like Thief of Sanity stuff comes in, and you know, the Sign in Blood, the Tomb of Legends, Kavani Conundrums, you know, all those draws cards and helps us churn through our deck so we can find these big cards and we can actually ninjutsu them onto the field. As far as budget's concerned, you could probably just play a bunch of the big creatures that aren't rare and mythic. There's a lot of like vanilla big creatures. I'm not sure if there's any big vanilla creatures in blue. Maybe like the serpents. No, I think there is actually big blue boys, and there's also big black boys. What the fuck? So yeah, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. If you like the content, please consider subscribing. If you haven't seen some of my other decks from Kamigawa, check them out. I've done Tamiyo, Junji, Hinata, Dawn Crown, and some other ones. I'm not going to keep many more of your time, so with that, I'll see you guys in the next one.